Our Impactful Women of Kansas City series is a female-led initiative here at KCTV5 and begins featuring Jackie Nguyen, owner of Cafe Cafe, a Vietnamese coffee shop in the Columbus Park neighborhood of KC. Let's check it out.
And we're taking over.
From New York,
You hear that?
to KC.
All the cameras, you see?
Jackie Nguyen's Broadway career came to a screeching halt when COVID shut down New York City in 2020, leaving her with nowhere to go.
The person that I was dating at the time was also in the show, and he is originally from Kansas City. You know, my intention was to just be here temporarily.
Moving from the melting pot of the United States to the Midwest, Jackie struggled to find her community.
I did a Google search, actually, of how many Asian people are in Kansas City. And it came up, it's a 2% population. And I was like, oh, that's not very many people. I actually complained to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I don't know if I can stay here. I don't know if this is a place for me.
Determined to create the space she needed, Jackie turned to something that reminded her of home.
I wanted a community for me. I wanted to feel safe here. So then I invested in a food truck, and I, started fundraising and kind of selling coffee at many events. Honestly, from then on, it started to kind of snowball into what Cafe Cafe is now.
What is it now? A safe space.
I always felt like I was always othered. Growing up, I was, growing up Asian, and a daughter of a refugee, single mother, first generation.
Known for its Vietnamese coffee and sweet treats, Cafe Cafe's bold decor and Vietnamese flair draws people in from all backgrounds.
And I knew there's probably a lot of other people who feel the exact same way. Immigrants, queer people, Black people, the Latinx community, we're all feeling like we're not enough. And I hated that. And so I started to really settle into thinking, okay, it's my brand. How do I then include others that feel this way? So I made it really intentional to hire 100% marginalized communities.
A young Vietnamese girl or a young girl walks into Cafe Cafe. What do you want her to feel, and what do you want her to see?
Well, mainly I want her to feel seen, and I want her to feel recognized, and I want her to take a breath of relief. Being able to be like, I want someone who is young and Vietnamese and maybe first gen as well, walk in and be like, oh my gosh, Jackie did it. Like, I've always wanted to do this. I'm gonna do it too.
An idea born from necessity. A space Jackie needed has turned into a space Kansas City embraces. Jackie is not just a female business owner, but a woman of color, making her own mark on the new city she calls home.
And I want us to be represented. I hope that a lot of our stories can be told that aren't typical. I hope that we can really reveal the true women that are making impact here in Kansas City and making real change.
Next week, we'll feature Christine Kemper, founder of the KC Girls Prep Academy, and we'll hear her efforts to enrich public school education for girls in Northeast Kansas City. A new Impactful Women of Kansas City story will air every Friday here on KCTV5. Watch on MyKC Live at 9 or KCTV5 News at 6.